Welcome, my darling pretties, to our Beyond the Dawn of Business podcast for pretty, empowered female entrepreneurs. It's time to step into your power, pretties. Lift each other, support the squad, and choose a life filled with the autonomy and freedom to live your dreams. I'm your host, Dawn Beth, owner and founder of Beyond the Dawn digital business brand and agency. My coffee is hot and my eyelashes are on, so we are ready to go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Audience Attraction Alumni interviews, which is basically just me chatting to people who have been on Audience Attraction previously so that we can discuss what they're up to, how they're feeling, how they felt, and all of that malarkey. So hello.
Hello.
I'm just going to check in the group that we are live, as I think we are. There we are.
Yeah.
Oh, let me turn the volume down on that.
Are we in the right place, Elgonia?
We're in the right place. MC Bombs, we're here. So let us know if you're watching. Please also do give StreamYard permission so that we can add your comments up on screen, because we love that.
We love it.
We love it. So yes, so let us know if you're watching.
Let's have a wee.
MC Box, tell us a bit about yourself. What is it that you do in your business, darling?
Well, where do I start, love? Where do I start? Because I've got a few things going on, as you well know, love, as you well know. So I'm a personal brand photographer. I'm full-time professional photographer, so I'm doing that. But I've also got my own photography school where I teach people hands on how to use a camera, how to get off auto settings, and I do workshops all over the Northwest, Wales, Yorkshire. We stick it in there, wherever. And I just take them to some brilliant locations, the Lake District, gorgeous, stunning locations. And I've just started this, but I can't wait. I bloody can't wait. I'm also a mentor to other newbie photographers now. And I absolutely bloody blinking love it. Love it. Love it.
You're loving life.
Loving it.
So here's a good question for you. When you first came to me, when we first met, how did you feel about social media?
Right, I'll be honest with you. I bloody hated it, which I think. Don't joke. You asked me.
That's true. No, it's true, right?
It's true. You asked me. You asked me mid gulp of your water. So, right. Well, on a serious note, right? I just, oh God, it's daunting, isn't it? All you ladies in the group you'll exactly know what I mean. You've got a group here, you've got a business page, you've got to work out what the heck do I post, and nobody's listening to me, and I'm doing this, and oh my God, I'm scared to go live, I'm scared to show up as myself, I'm scared, I don't know what they're going to think of me. And then how many times have you sat there and thought, what the bloody hell am I going to write now? What on earth am I going to write? Which was me. That was me. 12 months ago, that was me. Definitely. Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt. Like, what the heck do I even bloody write? Where do I start? Help me. Somebody help me.
Help me. One of the things for me when I first started is because I had obviously digital marketing, I honestly believed that I knew everything there was to know about it all. So I came into it and I started using these big techniques that I'd been taught over digital marketing and visibility, and things that things that would just blow your mind in terms of being quite promotional, being quite pushy, which is not aligned with me at all. It's not aligned with my values. With how I feel comfortable or what I want to share, or any of those things. It was completely misaligned. And I quickly realized that actually there's this whole area of social in small business, and predominantly also in that feminine energy, where we don't want to be a car dealership salesman.
No, and you don't want that sort of stuffy, that you just don't want to be like that, do you? You want to be yourself. So you've got to try and somehow come up with these posts that, you're using your own language, how you speak. And obviously, because you want to attract your ideal client, you need to attract them because you need sales, don't you? And you're like, oh my God, like, what do I do? Help.
Yeah. And then what happens is, I think for a lot of us that are in this kind of space in our journey, is that we get exposed to the fake news first. We get exposed to the shady practices first. Yeah. Hi, Janet. This is our Janet. Hello.
Oh, hiya, Janet. Janet's watching.
Our amazing Janet. Hello, darling.
She's amazing. He's our Janet. She is. She's up there.
Janet. She is.
She is. And I know she's one of your bonuses as well, isn't she?
Janet is one of our Brucey bonuses. Yeah, I don't know what the Brucey bonus is about, but I've been going on about it all day, every time, because I've had a lot of calls, chatting to people who want to join and chatting to people who want something that's right for them. And it hasn't been right for everybody, of course, but for a lot of the people I've spoken to, it has been just bob on time. But what's really, really funny is I keep describing the bonuses as Brucey bonuses. I don't know where
Brucey bonuses.
Brucey bonuses.
It is one hell of a Brucey bonus. Look, just put it out there.
Bonus.
I'll just put it out there. Janet Adden, one hell of a Brucey bonus.
Well, I mean, you are a perfect example of Janet's work, right? Because this time last year, we were in a situation where we were doing the challenge, and I was kind of giving you possibly a slightly more forceful push in terms of the feel the fear.
A little push, Emma.
Whereas Janet actually got down and dirty in the psyche and did the deep work in terms of your anxiety with you to get you past that mark, right?
Oh my God, if it wasn't for our Janet and you helping me as well and supporting me and believing in me, there's no way on this earth I'd be doing this now. Like what on earth's going on now? Like, I mean, I'm there.
What's going on now? I mean, live streaming in the group, and that you know that this will go on YouTube later and be
no, you don't.
Always go on my YouTube channel. I mean, I am nothing if I am not walking my own talk. I'm going to repurpose this content, damn it. And it's going out there.
Is it too late for me to do a runner? Can I go on the same?
No. But Janet's work with you really did help you overcome that block, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm so jealous that the Brucey bonus is Janet Adden. I'm well jealous.
I know. She's gonna come in. She's gonna, and what I really love about it is that obviously audience attraction is the hybrid of my two best-selling signature courses, and they've been best-selling for years. These are not a situation where it's like just something that I've been doing recently. These have been bestsellers like since I brought them out for years, since 2018. 2018.
It's brilliant. Yeah. Woo, hi, Leanne. Woo. Big love to Leanne. We love her.
We love her. And this is our Janet again. You are welcome, darling. So it's the hybrid of those two courses, which have always been high. Now, the good thing about that is that every single time when we look at these things, we look obviously at blocks, we look at that mindset shift, And Janet has been a perfect example of how that can work. Hiya, Paula. Our Paula's
Hey,
Paula. Hey up, it's a party now.
It's the cake lady. It's the wonderful cake lady, our Paula.
Our Paula. And so it's a case whereby that first and foremost, Janet is kind of already demonstrated through you, which is a perfect example.
There you go. What a perfect example of when you invest in yourself and you work with somebody who knows what they're doing, who knows what they're talking about, and you take that leap of faith, but you also invested in yourself, aren't you? Ultimately in yourself. And then look what can happen. Look what can happen when you go and get help from somebody who's a professional, and knows what they're talking about. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, look, I wrote it. There you go. It's in a T there. There you go. Hit the nail on the head. Mic drop moment.
Whenever I want to do a mic drop, I always get a pen and I do a pen drop.
Right, let's have a look. Have I got a pen? Mic drop moment.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes, because we're the bosom of you're in the bosom of now. The reason why Leanne's saying that is because I sent her a funny joke earlier, because I'm hoping I'm okay to say, I think I'll be okay to say, Leanne, you can tell me off if I wasn't supposed to, but our Leanne signed up for audience attraction, and I said to her that I knew it were right for, I could feel it in me bust. It's a bit of a joke. It's a bit of a joke because, like, I can feel it in my heart, but you know, like you say with your camera, my bust is bigger.
So we're in the bosom of Beyond the Dawn.
You're in the bosom of Beyond the Dawn. Oh, I'm so glad this has made you happy. I should have a bit of a warning on this one, that unfortunately when we get together like this, we're as mad as a box of frogs.
Well, you should have put some sort of warning on it, just to say, look, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself for a session that is. Because the other thing is I think we wind each other up, don't we? We get ourselves. I
mean, how we did those brand shoots, we did. I have no idea. How did we do them brand shoots?
I thought we were very professional on those brand shoots both times. I mean, the first time, I must admit, I struggled a little bit because of the heat.
Yeah, it was warm,
and I were uncomfortable,
wasn't it?
Yeah. Mind you saying that, neither of them have been easy, because then when I took you down to the beach in the October one, it were a hurricane. So let's
my God,
run. The next one
that second shoot was on another level. Do you know what I mean? I mean, if there's like a Richter scale there, that second shoot was beyond it. That second shoot, you know, on the Richter scale, probably about a 9.9.
So what was really funny was I said to you, I really want this lovely kind of dreamy, summery vibe. I want it to be really atmospheric, and I want it to be almost magical. And you were like, it's not summer anymore, but we can try and go, you know, we can try and go in that direction. And then I buggered off to Spain for 2 months.
Yeah, you did. I wanted to come here, fit in your suitcase.
If it hadn't been for Christmas, I probably would have still been there. But yeah, so it's a situation whereby we got through it. I think we were actually rather professional. We did really well. So yeah, when it comes to audience attraction, having Janet be the Brucey bonus, actually perfect, I think, because it gives everybody the opportunity, and it's not just your bog standard imposter syndrome training, because we will talk about that throughout the entire process. That's something that's going to need to be revisited on every level, like in every module in some shape or form.
It's so important though, isn't it? Isn't it so important? Like when you think about the challenge that we've just done, and there's so many ladies, including myself, that find it difficult, you know, that imposter syndrome, and you don't feel like you're good enough, you're not worthy enough. Yeah. So if you sort of go back to the challenge that we've just gone and done, and it's sort of like taking elements from that challenge and bloody smashing them. smashing into smithereens. And like, and the people that's gonna, you're gonna be working with Janet. Oh my God! So that's like you're gonna change that, and that self-doubt is the worst, isn't it?
It's so bad. But the other thing is as well, I always forget the professional name for it. So forgive me if I've said this wrong, but I feel like it's like a Diane Kruger effect, and I'll reference it in the group later. That actually, hi Sarah, hello my darling.
Oh yeah, hi Sarah, love.
The Diane Kruger effect is that we actually people who are capable and have the inner intelligence to self-regulate are the people who suffer from imposter syndrome. So let me just say that again. That's really everyone in here to hear, is that the people, Dunning-Kruger, thank you, Sarah, you blooming awesome woman. Look, there she is. She knows. She knew where I was coming from. It's actually
brilliant.
The situation whereby that somebody who is intelligent enough and capable enough is the person who feels imposter syndrome, because the people who have that, they're the ones that are self-regulating. They're the ones that are being inner critical, but in an intelligent way.
Totally that's totally that though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And it so resonates with me. It's exactly that is me to a T.
Yeah.
So being able, having that extra help, that extra training there. So not only are you going to learn all that is audience attraction, you're going to learn all that. You're also going to get help with, with imposter syndrome, with self-doubt, with just believing in yourself. And you know what? That is just brilliant, isn't it? I mean, I'm welcome.
I mean, I would love to have you on it again, MC Bob. If I can tempt you into a Donio full house, I will. You know that. But what it is for me is, I really struggle with the question I get asked all of the time. What does it cover? And the truth of the matter is, it covers so much ground. It can be really difficult to actually say what it covers. And because you've been through it, and you've been through last year's version of it. So you've been through the full VIP experience in terms of the audience.
VIP experience,
You've had the full shebang. I mean, let's talk a little bit about that. What was that like for you, going through the full experience?
The shebang.
I kept saying the other night, I can't remember now, but I kept saying something like the whole malarkey.
The whole shebang malarkey. The whole malarkey of the experience, of the amazing, wonderful experience. We'll just say that. The wonderful, amazing experience. Well, do you know what? How can I put this? It were bloody brilliant. So let's just say I mean, apart from like, oh my God, where do I even start here now? Where do I even bloody start? Right. Well, let's just start from the beginning.
I could do a Julie. From Sound of Music. I've lost my words today. But
I don't know. I've lost my words.
Place to start.
I mean, if you think about it, right, let's put for a minute the content creation side of it to one side for a second here. Now you're learning all about
in the content marketing, content creation bit.
Stick that over there for a minute, because that is one hell of a beautiful little nugget there.
Nugget. It's definitely a nugget.
It's a big fat nugget. If you think about all the other stuff, first of all, like you taught me how to do a group properly, all the background, all the tech sort of stuff going on there, that is just, you don't even realize that you need to know that stuff. I didn't even know that I needed to know it. Do you know what I mean?
That's an amazing point, and I just want to go a bit deeper with that if I can, because that whole saying of you don't know what you don't know, it's obviously a valid statement and it's quite a broad statement for lots of different areas. But what is really, 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 really obvious when it comes to social media is that we have this false pretense, this false sense of security that because we've had a personal profile or because we've used it in a personal social way, that we have a handle on how it works. And it is very much like the theatre. You may have been to the theatre a million times and have an understanding that you believe of how it works. But unless you've worked backstage, there is a whole, that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? There's a whole level that is going on behind the scenes in multiple different directions that is really, really important for you guys to know. And there are different themes. So the way you run a Facebook group that you are using as a funnel might have one set way to be run. The way you're using a Facebook group that is for a challenge will have a different set. And it's very popular right now to have pop-up groups for challenges rather than your long-standing groups, right? If you have a hobby situation, if you run live in-person events, these are all just little things that I'm plucking out of the business possibility sky here, but they are all completely managed separately and differently in lots and lots of beautiful ways. And the tech and the benefits of that tech and how it can support you, it's interchangeable. There is not one way to skin this cat. There's multiple.
There's lots of ways to skin a cat, love. Lots of ways.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's lots of ways. But then, if you then put that big fat nugget to one side, then got creating. There's a lot of nuggets going on here. A lot of big fat nuggets going on here. So if you put that one to one side, you've then got like the actual content creation part of it, which for me, it was like amazing. For me, that has definitely changed the whole way I work, my business, everything, how I work. It's changed how I work.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Hiya,
love, Charlene. Charlene.
Charlene, hello.
Charlene.
Yeah, so I mean, here's a question for you. One of the things that we did last night in the masterclass was we worked out how many times, if we were to go off general information rather than a bespoke strategy or expert advice, how many times we would be expected to post, how many times we would be expected to churn out content. So I know, because obviously you're also in Pro Members and we talk all the time, that you pre-schedule your posts going out now, don't you?
Yeah. Yes.
So talk us through that.
Now, I never used to do this. So I'm just going to put that out there. I never used to do this until before I did the course. And now I pre-schedule a month in a time. Now I'm trying to build up on that, so maybe a couple of months at a time. But at the minute, it is a month time. And for me, that just has changed my whole business. It's changed how I work, because now I can concentrate on loads of other stuff. I can do loads of other stuff on my business. And do you know what is brilliant? When you sat there watching telly with a brew and you know all your posts are going out, you're like, nice one. You're like you don't have no worries, is there? Because you're like, ka-ching, ka-ching. Yeah. Nice one. They're all there. They're all going out, and you're just there relaxing.
Yeah. So when we were over in Forteventura,
are you there, daughter?
I'm here. Are you still there? Or is it me that's on?
Yeah.
Are we back?
You know, it's all right. You're here. We're here. It's all good in the hood. It's good in the hood, love. Don't worry.
So when we were in Forteventura, one of the main things that was really important to me was that I had everything already set up. Now, whether you can call this expert planning or whether you can just call it, because I actually have a running day once per month where I do all of my social media stuff, I do all of my automations, and what I do is I do the baseline. But when I say the baseline, it's not crap content. It's not content for the sake of content. Of course, you do need to have things that are there for people to be showstoppers, but also everything that I put out is good quality, and there is a conscious decision and reasoning and behind it. Everything I put out has a purpose, it has a directive, it has something that is going to support my business. And what that gave me whilst I was away was the perfect opportunity to fully share my on the fly stuff. The stuff that I want.
Because you've gone and freed up your time, haven't you? You've freed up your time so you can concentrate on other areas of your business. But it's exactly what you're saying, though. I mean, because I schedule all my content now a full month in advance, it just say the vast majority. I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm not as good as Eldonio, right? Let's just put that out there. But the vast majority of what I'm putting out, I know why I'm putting up there. I know why I'm doing it. So I've got a bit more strategy, clearer direction.
Yeah, and that holds on for you. You've gone a little bit robotic, RMZ Bobs, but you are still there.
Oh right, am I there?
You're still here. Yeah, I think the web might be struggling at your end, but you're all right. You're still here. Charlene said that scheduling will make a massive difference to her, and this is something that I think a lot. There was this big thing back in 2011 that third-party schedulers stopped your reach, and that if you used a scheduler or if you did any of that stuff, you wouldn't have the same response, right? Yeah. And that is not true. Just for another golden nugget for anyone who's watching, it's not true. It's not been true for a number of years. I mean, we're in 2021. We're talking a decade ago old information there, especially since Facebook and Instagram brought out their business suite and their creator suites that are within the actual platforms. So it's not a situation where you have to worry about that stuff anymore. Yes, Jeannie, it's one of those situations where it can make a massive difference. But scheduling is hard if you don't know what it is you need to do. And this is what audience attraction gives. And that's the difficult thing. So like what does it cover, Dawn? Well, it covers everything you need to be able to go out there and be visible and figure out what it is that you need to share. And it's not just the theory. It is definitely digital marketing theory. There's definitely psychological selling techniques included, of course. It is about copy and captions and is about the tech and all of that stuff. But it is really, really something that is more than that. It gives you just the ease of knowing what it is that you need to say. So, you're very welcome. Scheduling, yes. You're busy. I mean, this is a perfect example, right? For the people who haven't got any kind of strategy or don't know what they want to say and haven't tried having the automation or the scheduling in the bag before, homeschooling came like a hurricane and knocked us off our businesses, right? Massively. For the people who had to homeschool, or for the people who had to deal with sick relatives, or the people who had to change what they were doing. I know a number of people went and worked in different businesses or helped out in the NHS. You know, all of these things that completely wiped anything at all.
I think we've all stopped there.
I don't know, babe. I look like I'm still going on the one on my phone, but are you there?
Hello. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. We're both here. Whoop whoop.
So planning a month ahead can be hard if you don't have a strategy. However, in order for you to make sales,
you do need a strategy.
You do need a strategy. Yeah, absolutely. It needs to be a situation whereby you know where you're directing your people, what your narratives are, what you're talking about. That doesn't mean that you take away the spontaneity. In fact, what you actually do is you free up the pressure so that when you want to be spontaneous, you know that all of the base stuff is covered and you can free yourself up from that point of view. So it doesn't take away the spontaneity, it supports the spontaneity. The other thing that I wanted to ask you, MC Bobs, is when it comes to your clients, when you ask people where they've heard about you or where you've got bookings from, where are they coming from?
Just repeat that that again, Eldonio. Just repeat it again, love.
Sorry, darling. When you're getting clients,
just repeat it again.
When you're getting clients and bookings, where are they coming from? Where are they finding out about you?
Right, I'd say the vast majority of bookings now are coming from Facebook. Also, actually getting some from Instagram, which has never happened before until Eldonio's little bit of help there. I'm actually getting bookings from there as well now.
Brilliant.
Social media.
Yeah.
The power of social media.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is something that people say to me all the time. What is the return of investment on this course? I cannot give you a return on investment on this course. It would be wrong of me to do that. It depends on, what you have sorted out in terms of what your offers are, whether you know the type of people that you want to target. We will go through all of that, and I can pull on those threads and we can get you there, but you have to follow the process. You have to trust the process, and you have to go through the areas of what you need to learn that you may not realize you need to learn right now to get to that point. But I have never known somebody who's gone through the course and stuck to the methods and brought that out in themselves that hasn't then made their money back. I don't know anyone who's done that. So, I mean, that in itself, I always think is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, definitely agree with you, Eldonio. Definitely agree with you, because it's like Paula there. Paula's saying that she struggles planning a week, isn't she? She's saying that Paula's saying that she struggles to plan a week ahead, let alone a month. This course helped me so much. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I know what I'm doing, and I can plan a month in a few days. About 3.5 days, I can plan a whole month. And that's for all my business pages. That I've got 3 business pages and a group. So basically, if I can do it, anyone can.
I mean, you do really well. And the other thing is as well is it helps because it can be really, really difficult for us to know which direction of our business we're focusing on. But when we actually have that planned out and we know who it is we're talking to and why we're talking to them, all of that stuff is just dead easy. So like I know exactly after audience attraction closes, I know what's happening next. And the things that I'll be posting about and being visible about on my blogs, on my emails, I've got guest blogs coming out that were written a month ago but don't come out for another month yet. And all of these things work in conjunction to give you a really, really well-established visibility practice within your business. But then once it's done, you can set that down and you can actually work on the things that that sets your soul on fire. For me, the social media stuff does set my soul on fire. So I am the exception to the rule. But for most people, they want to be with their people. You want to be outside with your camera, Bobs. You don't really want to be sat behind your computer scheduling media.
Eldonio. That's exactly it. So I love to get everything out of the way for the whole month. Then that means that I can concentrate on doing other stuff. But then if I want to be spontaneous, I can't even say that word. If I want a bit of spontaneity, If I want to get a little bit spontaneity in my life, I'll just go and do a live. I'll go and do a spontaneous live. I'll go and put, I might go and be out somewhere doing a photo shoot, and I'll go and post a selfie. But at least I know I can breathe because I've got it all covered. So there's no panic. There's no stress. Like I said, I'm there watching telly, and all my posts are just being posted. It's brilliant. It is really good feeling. It is.
They're just going. And what I really love as well is I love it when everything's gone out and I could be sat there and I will have scheduled that post a month ago or longer. Because sometimes we go, because we have a really clear direction for an annum within Beyond the Dawn. So, and then somebody will comment on that and they'll be like, I needed that today, Dawn. Thank you for that. Or that is exactly where I'm at right now. And I'll think to myself, not to get too woo, but almost like that happens for a reason. And I love that. I love that those things, like the planets aligning, they just these kind of connect.
Now that is really fun.
I really enjoy that. Hiya, Helen.
No, well, that's good when you can do that. That again. Hi, Helen. Hi, love. That again, Dawn in itself is off the Richter scale, isn't it? That you can just go and post and then like, God, Dawn, like I get it. You've I needed that. Now that's off the Richter scale, that Dawn. That's
serendipity. Sarah says it's serendipity.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that.
Serendipity. And I love that word.
The film Serendipity has some connection to Blackpool. I forgot now. Either the director's from Blackpool or they filmed it in Blackpool. I forget. But there's some sort of connection to Blackpool. So serendipity. Helen, wave back. I'm so sorry. I did that really wanky thing that people do on lives and on Zooms. Where I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did that. I apologise. I apologise. I don't know why I did that. Okay, Leanne says, I planned a whole month ahead in my group. It was such a pressure taken off. And then the lives became easier because I picked up on the posts and the comments. So what you've just hit the nail on the head there, Leanne, is the beauty that most people are missing right now. And this is where it comes in terms of nurture. This is where it falls within the area of audience attraction that we're going to cover, is that people miss out on nurturing because they're too busy posting. And if you're too busy and you're in the middle of the busy work, you're going to miss all of the key buying signals, all of the situations that give you the genius that allow you to actually help your people. Okay, and that is the sweet balance that people miss out on whilst they're worrying about the bloody algorithm. The algorithm. Everyone's so focused on the algorithm.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Let's just go and trample on the algorithm.
Here's another golden nugget for anyone who's watching. The algorithm is algebra. That's all it is. It's just
a load of numbers.
It's just math. Right? That's all it is. It's not out to get you. It is not the boogeyman. It doesn't really care whether you used that pink hue on your graphic or whether you've used that hashtag. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really care. It doesn't
it's
care.
Not bothered.
Yeah. It's just a bit of math.
It's not bothered. It's about nurturing people, isn't it? It's about nurturing your people. And
Yes. So back in the day, what was exactly the algorithm isn't gonna buy. Screw it. Because the thing about the algorithm, right, is that the algorithm supports high volume, but marketing is changing, and this is one of the main key factors that is in audience attraction, is that low volume, high quality is actually where it's at.
It's connection, isn't it? So it's having that sort of posts and things like that. It's about connection, isn't it? More than I think anything else. So it's like going back to the challenges that you set. It's like being yourself, isn't it? Showing up, being yourself, being visible, and connecting with your ideal client, because they're the ones that will buy from you.
So much. Until you know how to do that, we can talk till we're blue in the face, saying,
we can.
And we really
I don't fancy going blue in the face.
No, me neither. I don't think that shade would suit me, but we can do that. And actually, in truth, it is a situation whereby we can say that, but until you know how to do that, we can give you all theory, but until we give you that actually here is what you need to go and do to do that, it's very, very difficult.
It is. It's not easy. And I found it. There's times when I found it hard. However, now, since doing the course, it's so much easier. It's just easier. I have more clarity. I suppose the word I'd say is more clarity on what I'm going to post, how I'm going to do it. So it's easier for me. It's easier.
It does make it easier, right?
Yeah, definitely. Bag's easier.
Bag's easier. So our Helen has said scheduling does allow that freedom to be spontaneous. I said it right. I'm not always consistent with scheduling, but I've joined Audience Attraction VIP this year, and it's a core component of my strategy to scale them on further this year. So Helen won't mind me saying, I mean, first of all, I'm super stoked that our Helen's joining us on the VIP.
Yeah.
That's well good. But the thing with Helen is that she actually recognises that you can't give a blanket swipe file option to a niche. You cannot. In Helen's niche, it's very, very specific. It's quite sensitive in some areas. So Helen has been able to take all of the core values of digital marketing, and she's been able to tweak it and define it and make it this bespoke strategy that works for her and her people. And it's with massive, excellent results. And then, of course, she's joining us again this year, and she's going VIP. So it's just actually everything and on steroids.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Everything and on steroids.
Everything and on steroids. Absolutely. So here's the thing. Here's the question for you.
Go for it.
Go for it. Do you think you would be where you are now if you had sat back and not taken Audience Attraction last year?
No way, Jose. No way, Jose. There's no chance in hell, cat in hell's chance, that I would now, right, today, after this amazing interview with our Eldornio, right, I am carrying on scheduling for the rest of March. I've already done one business page for all of March, so I've wrote probably about 30 posts, scheduled about 30 posts yesterday. Now, that might have 12 months ago, I would have thought, are you having an actual laugh? I can't even schedule 7 posts, let alone 30. But however, because I've gone through it, I sort of get it more. And the more as time goes by, the more it's clicking into my head as well. So quite literally, there is no way on this earth I would be able to do that. And today I'm carrying on after this interview with the rest of it. I've got another 2 business pages and my group. And you know what? It's not really that hard. It's not. And it will sound like it's not. There's no way I would have been able to do that. There's no way. So
we need to bottle that. It's not hard. It's not hard.
And it's like, so now, because I know how to do it a lot better and I understand it, that means I can do other things. So there's no way I'd be where I am now. So 12 months ago, if I hadn't have invested in myself and my knowledge and my business, oh my God, well, I'd still be like, can somebody help me? What do I post today? Do you know what I mean? I'll be looking and thinking, I haven't got a clue. Yeah. And then just put in anything. Because we've all done it, haven't we? We've all done it. We've all thought, oh, my God, I don't know what to put. Well, I know I'll just stick up a picture because it's Penguin Day. Do you know what I mean? I think I did do that. Actually. I did do that. I won't lie. I'll be honest. I did actually have a post as it was Thanksgiving Day.
There's no judgment here.
I'm so glad.
It's one of those things. I'm just going to say for the replay, bye, Sarah. I think we've already lost you, but bye, darling. She needed to go to watch a call.
Love this. Have an awesome day.
Have a lovely day, lovely.
Yeah.
And Helen's agreeing with us. Wholeheartedly. You know, I try not to be too. What's the right word here? I don't want to be disparaging.
I don't know what the word is. I
don't want to disparage anybody else by suggesting that their methods are not effective. So instead, what I just say is what I believe to be effective, and I don't personally agree. You know this, and I've said it a number of times.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
Speak like a pirate day being the core element of your content, because anyone can. I'm sorry if there's any children in the room. Turn your volume down now. You can talk shit. Right? Everybody can. And if what you're putting out there is the same stuff that you would talk about down the pub after a bottle of wine when you're chatting a load of crap, then that's one thing. But it's not going to be effective. It's not going to serve you. It's not going to do what it needs to do for your business. And it is not how professional digital marketing agencies work. And we are small business owners, but we are mighty. And we have the potential to really, really rock all of these fantastic free tools, fantastic practices that often require little or no investment beyond learning how to use them. And, you can really make a lot of what is available, much more than previously has been available to small business owners and people who are setting up online businesses, in years past. So there's a real opportunity here to utilize all of these.
Completely agree. Yeah, because it was more so like back in the day, it was more so offline marketing, wasn't it? So it was more so like, your business card. I'm not saying anything wrong with that, but like going to networking meetings. But like, I think Facebook, think how many people you can reach.
Yeah.
You can reach thousands of people. So I guess by connecting with them with the right content, you're gonna connect with your ideal clients, aren't you?
Yeah, you've got the opportunity. It's like never before.
Yeah, like never before. The world is your oyster.
The world is your Facebook oyster. It's not just Facebook. It's about the correlation between all of the different areas of your social standing, right? So you've got all of the different platforms, and in module 2 we do a run through of all the different platforms, what they do, how they can be useful, what kind of things you can use them for in your business, how they can serve you. But it's also about how you are visible elsewhere. It's about how you conduct yourself in a way to actually go and be amongst ideal client, and the market research that is required for you to have a full educated understanding of how to effectively achieve your goals. These are all elements that people kind of skip past as though they don't need them. But in truth, these are the fine details that create that missing link.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. Definitely, Donna. I mean, because for me, I've done Passion for Passive, which is like one to many. And it's like a bit of an extension, isn't it? I think that the audience attract this course. It's just sort of honing in those skills then on how to talk to your customers, how to connect with those clients. So it's just a great sort of progression as well. A great progression from the one-to-many course.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that Lisa Johnson's one-to-many course is just phenomenal. And what that does is it creates a situation whereby people understand what their offer is. They understand what it is they want to put out into the world. They understand how to structure that, and they know how to build all of that. Which is fantastic, and it does give a really good baseline. This is different in terms of this is more of the social situation. So it is very much about how to do your content marketing. It's very much to do with the tech and to how to complete the sales structure that gives you. But you're absolutely right. You came to us at a time where you'd done P4P, which is as it was back then, and you've gone through all of Lisa's amazing training. You had an offer, you had a funnel, you had all of these things set up, and all you really needed to do then was to figure out what your
strategy had it all going on.
You had it all going on. It was just a case of pulling it together, learning about how
it all going on.
Yeah. And just pulling it together in that way. So yeah, it's really helpful. Also, for people who have joined us previously that have got product-based offers, it has been really super helpful as well, because it's given an opportunity for you to actually figure out which areas of the annum, which area of your year needs to be focused in which area. And much like when we launch things, we will start talking about stuff early. It's the same with your products, right? You start talking about the product you're going to drop before you drop it.
Yeah, of course you do. It's that build-up, isn't it? You want to create an interest. You want to create excitement around your product or your service that you're about to launch. So it's about getting, but it's on knowing, how do you deliver that then? How do you talk to your people about what it is that you're selling? How do you do that? So it's knowing how to write those posts properly, isn't it? And how to get that information across.
Yeah, in a way that people will truly understand it.
Yeah.
Helen says, I couldn't agree more. I had a new client start with me yesterday who said that they'd been following me for a while. They chose me because of my content, my voice, and how I come across in lives. A business card doesn't do that. That's so true. So we get people all the time that come to us.
Whoop there for Helen. Brilliant.
Yeah, we get people all the time that
for Helen, because she's in the nail on head.
And ask for, like social media management budgets, and they will often ask us in terms of what they have to spend for business cards or leaflets or anything like that. And that is a really good point, because that budget, that marketing budget that is kind of a cultural acceptance. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. My nose keeps tickling and threatening a sneeze. Every single time that you've kind of like gone through the culture, people recognizing that, they know that they have to pay for advertising. They know that they have to buy business cards. They know that they have to buy leaflets and flyers. But what they don't know is that actually social media fits into that same bracket, but yet they don't give themselves the budget. They don't assign themselves that same marketing budget.
It's which isn't good, is it? Which isn't good, because to me, like I said before, think of the reach that you can get from social media. Just think of the reach that you can potentially get from social media. A massive audience. It's there for you. But you've got to come across, though. You've got to be yourself, haven't you? And you've got to be able to connect with the right people.
You have, for certain. Bye, Janet. That one's our Janet. Bye, Janet. Thanks for watching, darling.
Oh, bye, our Janet. She's having a lunch date with the son.
Yeah, we're having a lunch date, really, aren't we? So, yeah, I mean, that's one of the things.
No food. No food.
I've got a coffee. Does that count? Got a coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so one last question and then we'll go. What was your favourite part about audience attraction?
Right. My favourite part, right, there's quite a few bits. First of all, our amazing Eldonio, who gives loads of support. Community, the community that you can, the friends that you make, the support of Eldonio, and the course itself, for me, the creation side of it, because there's no way I'd be doing now a month in advance. There's no way. I mean, that is even laughable. 12 months ago, I would have laughed at myself. And also understanding the background of how to do a group and all the bits and bats, all the technical sort of bits. So really, quite a lot. It's all going on. Loads of it, Eldonio.
Okay.
I just loved it.
You just loved it. And I mean, it's made a massive difference, hasn't it? And that's one of the things that I always love about it, is that when I first ran this course, it wasn't called Audience Attraction, it was called Content Creation Mastery. It very much was the same vein as what it is now, that, the core parts of it have never changed. But it is a situation whereby that we've added things, we've included additional things as the time has gone on. And one of the first times I ever ran it, I actually ran it for 3 people, and it was done over a number of sessions over a couple of days. And it was done within Zoom, but it was done because back in the day we could still see each other. It wasn't virtual because it had to be. It was just get panned out that way, right? And then the second time I did it as an in-person intensive day. Okay. And that was a real eye-opener for me. It was a wonderful day, and big love to my pretties that joined me that day. It feels, you're all going to spit because it feels like yesterday. It was over 2 years ago that day. Any of my pretties that are watching right now, Cassie, if you're watching, Zoe, if you're watching, OMG, honestly, it was wonderful.
OMG. So did you put everything into one day? You put everything into one day?
One day. But it was different because every single year, of course, we add more. So it gets beefier and beefier every time we run it. But yes, the first half of the day was the theory and the psychological selling. And the second half of the day was the tech and the scheduling. So you can see a lot of the things that we've added this year are additional, but we all went home that night. We went home with a month's worth of content scheduled in one day.
Brilliant.
Strategy that
they must have been shattered.
We were knackered, every single one of us. But
was it fantastic? Shattered.
We were all knackered. Yeah, we were. We were so tired. We were, and we still had the breakthroughs. There were moments where we struggled with our blocks, and there was worry over being able to understand the tech, and there was all sorts of things that happened. It was the most beautiful day. We went away with a lot achieved, but we were tired, emotionally and physically, just drained. And then obviously I've ran it a few times over a number of weeks, and I think now, in the way that we've changed it, we've actually nailed it. We ran it as a beta one summer, then we did it as the full course in the autumn, and then we've run it differently every time. So I do think it's one of those situations where the course has evolved as social media has evolved, and every single time I have to take myself off and do more training to find out what's going on in the mind of Zuckerberg and beyond.
In the Facebook world, in their brain.
we end up adding things on because, like, for instance, one of the key features this year that wasn't available in previous years is we will be learning about how you can monetize your account, because now within Facebook, once you get to a certain size, you can have fans that actually pay you in stars.
Yes, you can. Yes, I've seen that.
You can monetize your events. There are so many different monetization tools now.
Brilliant. I love the idea of that.
Yeah, well, exactly right. But for us in our area, this is something that really needs to be thought about. So it's wonderful for that, and I'm really looking forward to going through all of that.
Buy them stars, get them stars bought.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are talking high volume there, but the fact that there's even that possibility is exciting, right?
It's brilliant, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Embassy Bombs. Today. Thank you so much for joining me.
All right, my darling.
Had as a box of frogs. We had a few technical hiccups of the internet, but I think we're all right. I think we've managed it. Helen says, even though I did it last year, I feel that there's so much more to experience this year's Audience Attraction VIP that can add to my skills and business. Yes,
definitely.
So true. And you don't want to be in Zuckerberg's mind.
No, I don't either.
I spend a lot of money every year doing that trip into Zuckerberg's mind for you. That's the whole point. There's no point in having El Dornio if you want to go on that trek into that guy's mind.
We don't want to go in his mind. Please
no. No, that's the whole point in having me. All right, my darling. I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. And
thank you, everyone.
If you're watching on replay, go on to MC Bobs. Oh, this way.
Look.
Thank you so much, Emma. Thanks everybody for watching.
I love you. Whoop whoop to the people. Bye, Pretty.
If you're loving our Pretty podcast, come on over to Social Pretties, our online safe house and sisterhood community. It's a safe space where female entrepreneurs connect and thrive in a warm, welcoming fold of pretty amazing women. You'll find an easy redirect in the description, and I can't wait to see you in there. As depending on where you're listening right now, we would love it if you would click subscribe or follow so that you can be the first to know when our new podcasts come out.